Hello. Welcome to episode 5, I think. Yes, that sounds about right, of the Dragon's Den podcast. Of course, I'm Dragon Bees. You already know that because it says it on my little name tag thing down the bottom here. So a little bit later in the month for me putting this out. It's been a busy month, but I thought we better get the ball rolling before we roll into September with the August podcast. So I'm going to cross over and see who we've got on the guest list today. All right. Well, there's I don't know who I want to start with this time. This is like, which is the lesser of three evils kind of situation. All right, let's. What?
Who was right?
What? Who was what? What? Is that
Dimitrescu Castle behind me?
It is Castle Dimitrescu behind you. Yes, it is.
You know what? I'll deal with that.
Scenic Castle Dimitrescu. I thought you might like that.
I'm on my way.
Better than a pirate.
Is it the wrong owl, Kate?
Is it the
owl?
I
was right.
You were right. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Love it. What is the owl? Well, to field that question, Riley, before I go into introductions, I was told by Kate to use a snowy owl, and that is the snowy owl, although I have a feeling that there's something more to that snowy owl that we're not going to go into.
Thank you, Riley. I appreciate it.
Chris is up so early. We'll get the story behind the mug after the intros. We'll get the story behind the mug.
Oh, no, okay.
We have to talk about the mug. The mug is amazing. So anyway, let's start with a returning guest. We have Wolfo. Wolfo is back.
Hello.
Don't ask me why I did that. Rather than be amongst the pile, I did consider putting a burnt pizza behind Wolfo, but I went with Castle Dimitrescu because Wolfo has some unresolved issues with a certain tall lady who I'm just going to,
What?
It's
No,
quite
No, I don't.
simple. Wolfo just wants to be Lady Dimitrescu's seat.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I couldn't put that any better.
Quite well. That's about right.
Yeah, there you go. Well, see, we're off to a flying start. And then, of course, flying start, we might as well go with a new face, sort of, on the podcast. We have Kate, who most people would obviously know their username Coolcatxx in my chat, in my Twitch chat. Kate is an amazing friend of mine and Wolfo and Chris's. I don't know if that's Chris's. I was a little concerned when I invited Kate onto the podcast simply because I actually wanted the recording to work. I was a little bit concerned. So, I've tried to EMP proof the podcast as much as possible. But if the broadcast goes down, we know who to blame today.
At least I knew when my dinner was.
That wasn't my fault.
Should have put
you're not going to be able to use that.
I'm just going to go hide.
Should have put an apple pie behind Wolfo. That's a throwback to the last podcast.
Danny, no.
And it is very early in the morning for our final guest, who has been on the podcast before. The man who gives J.J. Abrams a run for his money when it comes to lens flare. The man who I'm sure gets up every morning and looks in the mirror and goes, "Good Lord, I can't see anymore because of that radiant shine."
How bold of you to presume I ever look in the freaking mirror.
There's no reflective surfaces in the house. It's just they're all covered up with a sheet. Don't look. Oh,
no, it's like a horror film. I've smashed them all with my fist or something like that.
My question is...
Oh, is that why you knocked yourself out on the desk trying to remove the last one?
Oh, God.
No, that's because I sneezed. You know that.
Wait, what? Hang on. Whoa, all right. I usually have a question to start with, but you've opened up something here that I want to know more to. Wait, hang on. You smashed your head into a desk. Please explain.
Okay. So this desk here is very, very solid and very, very well made.
Yes.
Right? It's made of mahogany. I'm not kidding. It is made of mahogany. It is very sturdy. It is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so one time I get really bad hay fever, and so it was pretty dusty in the unit where I used to live. And so one time I sneezed, and it was such a powerful sneeze, I smacked my head into the desk, and JoJo's desk was just probably about 2 meters away.
Right.
And all she heard was whack and no movement. She looked over, and then about 10 seconds later, I sat up and just continued like nothing had happened. Supposedly, I knocked myself out for about 12 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
How do you manage that?
It has not happened since. It's only happened the one time. So, yeah. And
how aggressive a sneeze do you, like...
no, it's not generally that aggressive. It literally was just that one time. But yeah, so basically it was just an odd occurrence, and I just ended up whacking myself out. And the reason why Kate about it is because I have so much evidence and fuel to use against her. I went, here's this one thing that has ever happened to me that you can use any point in time. Go for it.
Because, the best thing I want to know is, obviously you have quite a prominent forehead.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to blame the headbanging for that. Yes.
I was going to say, like, did it leave I want to say, did it leave like a red mark, like you know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my god!
It's like a massive red mark.
Just like an imprint of the desk on your forehead.
No, it was just like whack. And so yeah, this was years ago, but yeah, it was rough.
I'm cringing just at the thought of that. Like, you know, the worst thing is, like, everyone, I've always got like a bruise on my arm, like around my elbow kind of area. I'm like, and everyone's like, why is... And in the house, we've got like the handles that are like an actual handle that you pull up and down, like on your doors, And so I've got this bad habit of like walking into them and then like smacking the like end of the door into my arm. But it really does look like I've like been beaten in or like, because I've got all these like bruises, like, but it's literally just me walking along like ow.
Yeah. Emily has the same issue. She walks into things a lot and gets these bruises. It's so much to a point that the doctor went, "Are you being abused?"
I've had that.
She's like, "No, I'm just a klutz." And it's just like, I'm not an abusive partner. I swear. I know I'm a white male, but I'm not that kind. It's
Hey, Alex, that's what you've got to look forward to.
Oh Lord.
Yay.
So anyway, now that we've got the answer to that, let me get my little question out. Just something to sort of break the ice a little bit. Very simple one this time, not as complicated. No random number generators, anything else. I thought it was appropriate. We always go for a Pokemon thing because most people on here play Pokemon and love Pokemon, etc. We're going to talk about Eevee. All right. Okay, I've got two questions for you.
What about my daughter?
No, not that one.
You were into that one. You knew
I was going to say,
happen.
I knew that was going to happen.
No, Chris, the better one.
Okay, I'm going to kill her.
Wait, I was like, you know, it took me like 2 seconds to process what you meant. Then I'm like, oh, hang on. Like, oh. Okay, so firstly, current Eeveelutions, best and worst. Now, there's not really, in my opinion, there's not really a worst one as such. There are, you know, but...
Oh, no, there is.
I have an answer if anybody else needs time.
And the second part of the question is, if we were to get a new Eeveelution, what type would you want it to be?
I also have an answer to that one.
All right. Well, we might as well. All right. We'll go with Chris saying they've got an answer.
Okay, so the best Eeveelution, or at least my favorite, is Espeon.
Oh.
But that's because I love psychic types. I've always loved psychic types. I think they're fantastic. I love psychic types and ghost types, so brilliant. So I love their design. Hate the shiny. Got to put that out there.
Yeah, the shiny's not great. Espeon kind of suffers from the Dragonite syndrome.
Yeah. Also, I'm seeing the bloody reflection on my glass, so I'm just going to take those off because I can't deal with that. Anyway, so now the worst is going to be very, very subjective.
Oh.
Because my least favorite Eeveelution is Umbreon.
Oh, you heathen!
Bastard!
Wait for it. I'm not saying that Umbreon is bad. I'm just saying out of all the Eeveelutions that it's just not the. It's just at the bottom of the list. It's still a great Pokemon. It's just out of all of them, the Eeveelutions for me are just fantastic all round. So
Yeah.
Umbreon's just at the bottom of the list. However, if you're looking at the shinies, Umbreon's at the top of the list. So
shiny Umbreon is gorgeous.
So don't fucking crucify me. I know I'm a Christian, but please, I don't want.
You're treading a fine line here, Chris, with Umbreon slander. You know that?
Right. But I'm not saying Umbreon is bad. I do like Umbreon. I think Umbreon is a good Pokemon. I just think that out of the Eeveelutions and design-wise, it is my least favorite. I just think that it is. It's a bit simple. That it's not saying it's a bad design at all. I'm just saying that out of the other Eeveelutions, like Sylveon, I love Sylveon, and Glaceon looks cool, and Leafeon, and Flareon, and all those. Just I think the design of Umbreon is just a bit simple, and that is why it's the least favorite. I'm not saying it's bad before you fucking kill me. Anyway, and now the second part is if I could get a different Eeveelution, I have a two-parter to this answer because you gave me a two-parter question. The first part is I want a dragon type.
Hey!
So you shut the hell up. Dear Lord, if I have to hear I want a dragon type Eeveelution. No, like seriously though, a dragon type would be cool. But if I was to get a actual Eeveelution, my two favorite types are Psychic and Ghost. So I would really like a Ghost type Eeveelution. Although the idea of how you would evolve it is kind of weird.
I mean, there is a I was going to say there is a meme that goes around about a brick.
Yeah. But my idea would be like you have to let the Pokemon faint or something for it to turn into the Eeveelution. I think that would be a cool idea. But yeah, I don't know how they would do it. Because, there'd have to be some sort of, evolutionary item or something.
Or a location or something like they've done previously.
Yeah, like a spooky, like a haunted house or mansion that you'd have to go to and level up in that area to get that. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, I would like a ghost type, but I would also be happy with either dragon or poison, something to, balance out the Sylveon would be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that's my answer.
Kate.
Hello.
Hello. Alright. Fire away. Am I going to hate you as much as I hate Chris? Or I don't think that's possible.
That's impossible. That's not possible. I've been working on that for years.
I was going to say.
Sorry. I can safely say, because I know Sylveon's my favourite. The thing that you're probably going to hate me for is my least favourite. It is not Umbreon.
Okay.
Good. Don't have to reconsider anything. That's good. Go on.
Right.
It's probably Jolteon or Flareon.
No.
That's fair.
I don't hate you, because, yeah.
Just because of their learn sets annoy me. Especially Flareon's.
Funny enough, that's kind of where my mindset is going, too. I must say.
Yeah. Flareon's learn set is, it's fire-type moves, a dark-type move, and that is it. It does not learn anything else. Ever.
The other thing that's a problem with Flareon, which I discovered even more recently, is that Flareon's very much, I believe, a physical attacker, is that correct? Or is it
gets all special moves.
But it gets all special moves. And it's like, what the... And then, like, even TM-wise, it still can't learn that many special moves. I'm like, why are you a special attacker? Why, like, why? Oh, sorry. Why are you
But the idea is
physical?
the same.
Yeah, like
There you
why
go.
is he a physical attacker but he can learn special moves? It makes no sense.
It's just set up really badly.
It's very
Because-
broken.
As a Pokemon, Flareon should be great,
Yes,
and then it's got an absolutely shit moveset.
yes, it should be, but yeah, it's not. It's not great. Funny enough, Flareon is the one I was going to pick for my least favorite. Yeah, for that very reason. It's just a very broken Pokemon moves versus its strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, as far as a new typing though, I admit I'd probably want either something along the lines of a like flying type one,
Hmm?
because I think that would be interesting. It's like your Eevee has
Oh.
grown wings all of a sudden.
How did this Eevee evolve? We yeeted it.
There's just like a giant cliff or something you can go up to.
Strap
Would you
a-
like to
like-
evolve your Eevee?
strap a jetpack to its back.
I'm not trying to evolve my daughter that way. No thank you.
Well, here's I was gonna say you got a 50-50 chance here, Chris. It's either going to turn into a flying type or a ghost type.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, at least it's guaranteed to become one.
I was going to say save on
Flying type
the
during the day, ghost type during the night.
save on the brick. You know.
Would it, in theory, be a ghost flying type at that point?
I mean,
First
don't
ever
think
dual
there's-
type evolution.
Yeah, dual type evolution. All kinds of messed up.
Oh dear. Flying would look. I think the design for a flying type could look really cool.
Mm.
Like I'm almost thinking. I don't want to say Pegasus, but that kind of mindset is in my head. That kind of like four-legged animal with wings, kind of thing.
Yeah, my thought process is, have you ever seen those pictures where someone's drawn like the art of like a wolf with wings or a fox with
Yeah.
wings?
Yeah.
Like along those lines.
I kind of picture it like Mega Absol, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of,
Yeah.
that kind of, design, but not obviously exactly the same. But yeah, it's that kind of thing.
I kind of
Yeah,
figured
it's like Mega Absol, but cute.
Mega Absol's kind of, well, actually, most of the art you see for Mega Absol makes it look like the meanest, nastiest you wouldn't want to cross
Yeah.
in a dark alley.
Or if you go to the wrong side of the internet, it's something else.
Alex, no, we're not going there.
Yeah, no, that's a whole different,
Kevin
By the way, yes, I did say that specifically because I saw Petal.
I figured you probably did. You fucking what, mate?
Oh, we're getting British in here. We started a fight, boys.
Before we go any further,
British in here. Let's take over a country.
Oh Lord!
Sorry.
If before we go on to Wolfo, actually no, we'll go on to Wolfo, and then I'm going to come back to a topic in a second because that's just reminded me of something. All right, so Wolfo, Eevee.
Favorite is Umbreon. I love him. And, like, I don't know stats of any Pokemon, so my opinion's always based purely on design, and I don't like Vaporeon.
Same.
You don't like Vappy?
No.
But they're
You
happy.
don't like the vape god?
You don't like Happy Vappy?
It weirds me out, man. I don't like the way it looks.
It's like a mermaid doggo.
Oh.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what weirds me out. It's the fact that it has its part what's supposed to look like a dog or a fox, and then it has a fish tail. I don't like it.
I actually like
Vaporeon. Doesn't
Vaporeon.
like webbing.
Ah.
So Wolfo, you don't want to surf the web?
Oh
No.
Lord! Oh
No,
Lord!
no.
I'll
I'm
go
surf-
show myself out.
Yeah, you leave. No. But for a new evolution type, I'd like either fighting or steel type. That would be
Steel
cool.
could be interesting. Fighting, I'm just picturing like an Eevee, but with like machoke arms.
Foxy gloves. No, it's an Eevee.
But it's like
and
Hitmonchan.
It can go on two legs when it wants to. It's just got foxy gloves.
It's like a Hitmonchan. It's got like gloves.
Guardian was the one I was thinking of when I said steel type. Because I saw
Guardian.
the
Again,
concept design was cool.
I like either steel or poison would be fantastic, just to even out the fairy bullshit.
Yeah.
I would say.
So-
And if they were going to bring in one, I could see them bringing in either steel, poison, or dragon, because
Yeah.
every single Eeveelution has a team up.
Yes.
Like you've got the trio of fire, water, electric.
Yeah.
Then you've got psychic and dark.
Yeah.
Then you've got ice and grass, and
Yeah.
then you've just got fairy. So
Fair,
I could
yeah.
see one of the three of either dragon, poison, or steel would make the most sense. But that being said, it's Pokemon. Don't expect it to make sense. Just enjoy the bloody ride.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of my theory with it, anyway.
So, without going too deep into the nasty side of the internet here, there's been a trend going on lately, and I thought it was just an isolated incident in my chat, but apparently it's been happening in other people's chats too. I've been getting random people popping into my chat and going, "Do you think that Lopunny is hot?" And I
that happens in my chat too. Yeah.
And it's just, it's just a recent development. I'm like,
it's the only thing I can think of is Markiplier Smash or
and
Pass
I'm like,
video.
it must be something to do with that, because it just seems to be in the last week or two that all of a sudden all these people are coming out of the woodwork going, hey, do you think Lopunny is hot? I'm like,
no, it's a Pokemon.
Firstly, you're coming into somebody's chat, and the first thing you ask them is whether a Pokemon is hot. Like, you need to find a new hobby, dude. Like, you need to do something with your life. But it was so weird because, like, I thought, oh, is this a trend? Is this happening elsewhere, or is it just happening here and I'm attracting weirdos? But no, apparently it's happening. Oh. I'm with Wolfo in this. I think I'm going to blame Markiplier.
So I agree that Lopunny's a Pokemon. There's only one being in all of Pokemon that I will say is somewhat attractive, or I would absolutely smash given the chance, and that is Cynthia. And I think that's valid. I think that is very
Cynthia's valid.
I mean, but that's different because as much as it's a cartoon character as such, they're humans.
It's still a person.
So I'm just, or like the most recent professors. I would also let them step on me. But
not the man. The woman.
Yeah.
The entire reason I'm picking Scarlet over Violet was the Pokemon and the professor.
I might be buying both.
I can't look at that Professor. Is it Professor Turo? I can't look at Professor.
Giga Chad?
Professor Turo, deep fried and covered in sugar.
No.
I'm a fat man.
No. The problem is that Riley sent me a picture of Professor Turo, but replaced the hair with my kind of hair and glasses, and it said it looks like me. I'm like, for fuck's sake!
It does, actually, yeah.
It's awful! I hate it! I can't get that image out of my head now. It's ruined Professor Turo for me. Like, completely.
Oh, now that image is of my head. That's not fair.
Riley, if you could send me those images for personal use, that would be fantastic. I have an idea.
Oh, it's so bad. Because like I had someone message me randomly and go, "The new professor kind of looks like you, Bees." I'm like, "Fuck off!" And then I said about it, and then next minute Riley's like photoshopping and sending it to me. I'm like, "Oh, stop! Please don't! It's ruined forever."
Well, thank you. You've just saved me about 60 quid.
So
now I'm only buying one game.
I mean, I'm getting Violet because I like the legendary in that game more than I do the other one. But
I am paying for 3 versions because I get the digital copy for myself, so digital copy of both games, and then Emily likes to get the physical copy, so I'm buying Emily whichever physical copy she wants. I think she wanted Scarlet, but I
was so confused then. I'm like, why are you getting 3 copies of it?
Yeah, Emily likes to get her physical copies, and I don't trust my children, so I get the digital one.
Yeah, so. I mean, Danny and I are getting both. I'm playing Violet, he's playing Scarlet.
I only want
Of course, Danny's playing Scarlet. Why are we not surprised?
Blood red.
The Scarlet Pokemon, rather it using its wheels that's clearly on its chest, it does this derpy run, and I want to see it in action.
You know, but the worst thing is that and once again,
Alex.
referencing Riley here, but Riley looked at that and it creeped them out, because why does it have wheels if it's going to run on all fours?
It looks adorable when it runs.
Because it might get
Alex.
really tired.
Fuck's sake, Chris. Yes, Kate.
I think someone else is really tired.
Alex, we all know you're
No,
really crying
actually,
Scarlet.
No,
It's 'cause
no,
of the
actually,
water.
I went to
Yes.
sleep early specifically so I would wake up now.
Oh my
So
god.
I'm actually not tired.
Have
Chris,
you-
Go back.
let's dumbass for once. It makes a change.
I got 6 hours sleep. I'm
Wow.
ignoring the horny owl over there.
Have you guys seen?
I take no credit for the picture. I did not pick it. Just for the record.
Have you guys seen Cyclizar?
Yes.
Yes.
You retweeted it, so I saw it.
And I
Uh,
gave it a dumb comment because I didn't quite pay attention.
yeah, Wolfo's like, it also looks like a bike. I'm like, that's the point.
I wasn't aware of that when I saw the tweet. I'm assuming Kate hasn't.
So
I
you
don't
haven't-
have Twitter!
Oh,
Right.
you haven't seen Cyclizar. Does someone want to send Kate a
I'll do
picture
it.
of Cyclizar?
So it's a new dragon type, dragon normal, I believe.
It's the first
it's-
dragon normal type other than Dramper. Dramper's the only one that's
Yeah. And this one's actually good.
Is there a-
Dramper's weird, but no.
Dramper looks like a weird combination of like a Chinese Asian style of dragon
Yeah.
and a European style of dragon. So it's like this weird amalgamation of both that I just don't like. I like either set, but I like them separate.
It doesn't fuse well, no.
Yeah, no.
Cyclizar's
the
adorable.
Cyclizar is adorable. It looks very streamlined. It looks very smooth and looks very like a really cool lizard.
It's got
Oh,
a new ability.
What
It's got a
about
new ability, Shed Tail. Have you
Shed
heard of-
Tail?
have you heard of-
That works really well with it being a lizard. That's cool.
So what Shed Tail allows it to do is it will shed its tail. Obviously.
Really?
Wow, oh my god! you just-
Whoever could have guessed this
Legendary.
development? What a shock!
Is it like added to its
This
speed
is
or
brand
something,
new
or a base?
information.
Hang on, I'm looking up the exact description.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake,
My
man.
presumption is with if a lizard generally sheds its tail, it generally means so it can evade a predator or because of it gets faster. So I'm going to presume it boosts its speed or its evasion. Is my guess upon calling
no.
it shed tail.
No, Shed
What's
Tail
it
is
do?
a new signature move of Cyclizar. When it's selected, Cyclizar will create a substitute that will form into a decoy with no HP cost. Players then can select a benched Pokemon to switch in and leave that Pokemon also protected by the same substitute. So basically, it substitutes itself at no cost, and then you can bring a Pokemon out that will come out substituted.
Nice. That could be really interesting with competitive.
Yeah, it's going to be a
just
bit.
being a coward in a Nuzlocke for no particular reason at all.
It could be a very game-changing mechanic.
Yes, it could. That could be a really nice move.
That and Terrasta, the whatever crystallization stuff, because like they showed in the trailer, they showed in one of the trailers that Tyranitar with a ghost type terrestrialization.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
very
that's
excited for that.
terrifying.
Yeah.
That's going to be OP, and I want it.
But yeah, like, so I'm just happy because they also showed the Dragonite's in it, and I'm happy.
I have
Yes.
my boy. Rockruff is
I love
awesome
that.
in it.
Gotta tell you,
Okay, so B's got Dragonite. Wolfo, who did you get?
Rockruff.
Rockruff. And I got Zorua. And I know another friend who is very, very happy about getting a Go-Goat.
A Go-Goat? Who's happy about getting a Go-Goat?
Maddie.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Maddie. Yeah, Maddie would like. I was gonna say Maddie likes Go-Goat. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Kate's specifically excited about anybody in particular.
The grass cat, I assume.
Well, yeah, the starter, but I didn't know if anybody coming back would have excited Kate.
I don't know how.
I remember Swablu's back, and that means Alteria's back. That's about it.
Yeah, Swablu's
Ah,
definitely back.
that's
Yeah.
I saw my boy in 4 frames, and I was like, yes!
There's a story behind this. We were sitting in Discord after that presentation, and we were like chatting away. There was a group of us, and we're like, all right, let's have a look at the trailer again. Let's watch it like not frame by frame, but close enough.
Yeah.
We're ticking along, and next minute I go, I'm like, is that Rockruff? It's like 8 pixels.
Yeah, all I saw was his tail, and I was like, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Like, Wolfo made the funniest sound I've ever heard come out of Wolfo ever. And then, but then we're sitting here, trying to look at this and go, yeah, that's Rockruff, really closely. And then later on, he's standing front and center. But, not huge, but he's walking in with, I think, one of the teachers or professors or whatever. But, we're spending our time, frame by frame, looking at 8 pixels of Rockruff.
I cannot wait to see my boy again.
I'm just happy that I don't have to wait a year for DLC to get my Dragonite. So
At least you know Dragonite's pretty much guaranteed in most Pokemon games. It's a pretty good staple to presume you're going to get eventually in each game.
it's a sad thing though that and not just because I love Dragonite. I think Dragonite would have, and that line would have been amazing in Arceus.
Yeah.
I think that would have been an incredible thing. I'd probably say at Cobalt Coastlands. I think Cobalt Coastlands.
I really would like it if they gave Dragonite a variant.
I thought we were going to get one.
Some variety, because they keep bringing Dragonite in again and again and again, but never change it. It's always the same Dragonite. Don't get me wrong, I like Dragonite, but it's just man, that'd be really cool as if you're going to the future or something like Mecha Dragonite or something.
Well, I honestly thought, because there was rumors when Crown Tundra came out that we were going to get a variant, what do you call it, a regional, what's the word?
Yeah.
And we didn't. And then there was more rumors again, which I had suspected we were going to get Dragonite for a while, because the very first trailer we see of Scarlet and Violet, there's a fountain with a Dratini on it, and I went,
Yeah.
They wouldn't have that and then not have the Pokemon in it. It's not usually how it works, but
it could be. Again, I made the point that it could be extending to commemorating the Pokemon, but
yes, and then I told you were a fool.
No, this makes sense. Alex, continue.
why are you killing it off?
That was my point. That was my point.
Stop trying to kill it off. So yeah,
just me and bees with katanas, get the fuck away from
get
Dratini.
away from poor Dratini. But yeah. So yeah, no. So I just thought I don't know how we got into Scarlet and Violet really, but yeah. So there was that trend that I was talking about. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was a little bit weird, but I was like, all right, cool. So other than Pokemon, because we do talk a lot about Pokemon, but other than Pokemon, what has everyone been playing, or what has everyone been doing? What's been
That's
happening?
not a hard question to answer.
I was going to say for you. I was going to say somebody's
yeah,
been
addicted.
living in bloody Borderlands land.
Look, it came free.
I don't think I've seen you off that
free.
game for more than half an hour.
It was free on Epic, and I was like, fuck it. I'll download it, and I'll play it. I have been sucked into a rabbit hole that I don't think I'm going to get out of for a very long time. And they're bringing out a new Tales of the Borderlands game, which is a Telltale version, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to see it.
Oh,
And it's not made by Telltale, because Telltale's no longer a thing.
Yeah, but it's a Telltale style game.
It's a Telltale style game and made by Gearbox. I am very excited to see if it does well, because if it does well, they'll do more of it. And because it's such a big company, Gearbox, with their machinations of Borderlands, it will mean we'll see more of that style, and it won't just be lost now that Telltale Games is gone. Which I loved those games. I've played every single Telltale game. I think they're fantastic. They're my favorite style of visual novel. I think they're great.
I love the art style.
When Telltale went out of business, I was so sad because I was like, I'm losing my favorite style of game. No.
I think
But yeah,
the one
yeah.
the Telltale game I played the most was The Wolf Among Us. I have it
Mm,
100%ed on my
same.
Steam. All
We're
the
getting
achievements
a
I
second
guessed.
one of those.
I
Yes,
know,
we
and
are.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Yes. Another easy
Um,
platinum for Chris. Thank you.
So you've been
Wait,
playing
what?
Borderlands.
So much.
The,
Unhealthy amount.
I was going to say, the worst thing is that Kate's not wrong. Like, literally, there's probably less time in the day that you're not playing. Like, literally, if you look on Discord, it usually says you're playing some sort of Borderlands game.
On
you're never off it for more than about half
on
hour.
Steam, listed, Dead by Daylight's my highest ranking at 377 hours. And then underneath
Oh,
is
that's
Borderlands 2
cute.
at or just coming up to 60 hours. But I've only owned Borderlands 2 within less than a couple of weeks. So it's
To answer Riley's question, I don't believe that Telltale are around as such, but a lot of the people who were involved in Telltale are now in whatever studio is developing The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah,
I think.
It's the actual Telltale company is completely gone. It's the people who the spiritual successor. It's like how Ukulele is the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes,
The same people made it, but it's under a completely different company.
Yeah, it's that's how the gaming industry works generally. I mean, we're very lucky we're getting those kind of games still, despite Telltale being gone. But yeah, Kate.
Oh, other than retreating to old games, I've mostly been playing Tower of Fantasy.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is like, okay, let me clarify this. Tower of Fantasy is like the next Genshin. Is this correct?
Kind of. It's a hell of a lot better.
Genshin. Oh, that game.
I'm gonna reach out. I need my glasses back on. Riley, stop typing.
How dare you interact with us? No,
I just can't see the screen at all, and I'm like, I see Riley's messaged again.
So, tell me about Tower of Fantasy, because I've seen so many people playing this game. It's not my kind of game. I'm already aware of that, but I don't. What is it?
It is. It's kind of like Genshin in terms of it's this open world, you run around and explore and everything.
Right.
But so far, I'd say it's got a better story. It's a lot more online and easier to navigate in that sense. And, well, the gacha. Ugh. I can't speak today, sorry. But that is.
The gotcha.
Yeah, that element is about 150 times better.
Right.
Because you just get weapons. And I've been playing it a bit. I'm still in the first area. And I've already got something like 5 of the rarest ones.
Nice.
See, I can't get into those games. I don't know why. I guess they're not my style of game. I just,
I enjoyed Genshin for a little while, but the story didn't entertain me. I wasn't.
I played Genshin when it first came out, and I had it pre-ordered basically. As like if you paid for it before it came out, like I know it's free to play, but if you pay for this, you get all these bonuses, and when it first comes out, you get it like a week or so early. So I did that, and I was playing it for a couple of months. And the reason why I stopped playing it was the entire idea was to play it with friends. But in Genshin, you have to get to a certain point before you can actually play with your friends. And my friend never got to that point. So it was literally just like, for me, I played it for 2 months, and then my friends were just like, oh yeah, no, I stopped playing it. I'm like, I've literally been waiting for you. Well, screw this, I'm not playing it anymore.
Oh, really? That just reminds me of when I got dragged kicking and screaming through Final Fantasy XIV far enough so I could go to Caden and Corey's wedding in game.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the worst, because it's just not my kind of games, and like I had to like play to a certain point to be able to go to that place where the wedding was being held. And it's like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And like, I was doing this the day of the wedding because I just couldn't be bothered doing it. And Caden and Corey are both going, for the love of God, you need to get this done before the wedding. I'm like, but so like I'm getting dragged through like the worst crash course of like Final Fantasy because it's just not my kind of game. But like, oh nah, I've seen so many people playing Tower of Fantasy. I'm like, I assumed it was another Genshin style game or that kind of concept. But, but you know, we're each to their own. That's the beauty of gaming, is that like, you know, everyone has their different tastes. So, and Chris, what have you been other than, you know, platinuming, you know, whatever
Okay.
you
Do you want me to state my current project? Do you want me to state what I've been platinuming, or do you want me to state the game that I've been playing to just relax with? Because those are 3 different answers.
So what's your current project, as in like,
Oh God.
is it a major game you're trying to?
So my current project is I am hardcore nuzlocking every single Pokemon generation, and I'm currently up to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yes.
So I'm almost done. I just got up to the electric totem.
Oh yes.
And I have to completely rebuild my team now because of a Pichu is the totem Pokemon because it's randomized.
Yeah.
And I laughed at that, but it had imposter, so it imposted my Garchomp. And
on electric terrain with speed up.
Yeah, with speed up and everything. And I was like, well, I can't win this now. So that team got destroyed. But I have backup. So I'm now running with an Altaria amongst others. I've got like a really good setup team still, but it's just getting there. The platinum.
Yes, I do like that character, by the way, Pedal. Mother I think it's What?
If I
Munomano. No. It's Munomano is how that's spelled.
No, but I call her Mother Menominum, but I think it's Mignon. That's a steak.
Minion, it's a minion.
Please, can you stop having because dear Lord,
Mother
I'm getting triggered from my work.
Mother Mignon or whatever her name is. The one that you deal with in Gridania, I think it's called.
Yeah.
There, that person. Mother
Mignon. We both went there.
If I may for 1 second, just really quickly with Chris's Nuzlocke thing, because he forgot to mention what the Pichu's backup was, which was an Ultra Beast.
Oh yeah, it was an Katana. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, no. I've got a tough fight ahead of me, but it'll be okay. We'll see what happens. I've got quite a few Pokemon as backup, so I should be okay. So for those who aren't aware, I platinum games on PlayStation to get trophies, and you know that's the whole thing. And I haven't been able to do it for a while because I've been, working full-time parenting, full-time study, as well as moving house. So I haven't been able to do it. So I was at number 67 in Australia in trophies. Needless to say, I am not now because I have not been obviously online to get trophies for quite some time. But now I can actually look. I'm number 70 in the country. Which
okay, so you haven't actually lost that much ground in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, no.
No.
So yeah. And also I have about 15 or so platinums set up that I can quite easily, get into.
Was it you that played a game called I Am Mayo or something called Mayo or Mayo?
I have played that. Yes, I have played I Am Mayo 1, 2, and 3. I've done a lot of that sort of stuff. Yeah. But I have platinumed this year alone. I've platinumed like 350 or 400 games.
Chris, that's
Fucking hell.
That's both an achievement, but also sad.
But that a lot of that is due to let's see, just due to the fact that I just had a lot of time on my hands. So here we go. 1 year ago. Oh, okay. 1 year ago, I got my 40th platinum. So in the past year, I've got 481 platinum.
That's more than a platinum a day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
a lot.
That's insane.
But
I thought I didn't have a life.
That's
Jesus.
insane.
But also, a lot of these platinums that I've gotten, they are like a lot in one day and then nothing for like weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just like I get like 30 or 40 in one day and then I just leave it for like a couple of weeks because it's just like some days you have a lot of time to play games because you've got everything done and that's fantastic. And then you don't have any time for weeks on end because you're dealing with school for kids or
I don't have many platinums on PlayStation, but I have one that I'm very proud of, and that's Crash 1 on the Insane Trilogy.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is such... Yeah,
that is mean. That is mean.
Stormy Ascent.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's mean.
But if we're talking about current games that I'm trying to platinum, I'm actually playing through Stray.
I've seen a bit of that gameplay for that. That game looks so cool.
So that game more than
I'm playing through it normally first, and I'm just like I don't know how far into the game I am, but
it's not an overly long game.
Yeah, it's not an overly long game, so I'm guessing I'm pretty decently through it because I played for an hour and a bit, hour or 2 hours, and it's a great game. I'm loving it. It's fantastic. But there's a speedrun trophy for it where you have to do it in under 2 hours.
Oh, Lord.
And so I had a decision to make. Either I was going to follow a guide and immediately get that trophy, or I could enjoy the game and, just go through it at my own pace and then platinum it later. And I'm like, I'm just going to go through this at my own pace and have a bit of fun. And for those who are unaware of Stray, it's a game where you play as a cat in a post-apocalyptic sort of techno world sort of thing, and that's all well and cute. And I didn't know what I was getting into, but in one of the first areas, you're just like walking around. You're a cute little cat. It just looks like a bit overgrown area. I'm like, oh yeah, this is really cool. And then you fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
And you are walking like you slam into the ground. And I thought I was dead. It looked like the cat had died.
And the sound it makes when it falls, too, is awful.
And the sound is just horrendous. And my gut reaction was just this visceral sound. I just see this cat just die. And then it starts limping. And it looks too realistic. It looks way too realistic.
Yeah.
And this cat looks like my cat.
Oh, really?
It looks like my cat, Crowley. It really does. And so my reaction is, no, Crowley!
Oh,
I was just like, shit.
Oh, my God.
Why?
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, no.
It was just quite funny to watch, I'd like to state.
Yeah, yes, because you're a heartless bitch.
My heart... I watched Jacksepticeye's playthrough of that game. My heart cannot take that game more than once.
I am emotionless to all of it, having seen the pain of the ending.
Yes, well, that's the thing, though, is that some of us like to experience things for ourselves. So I'm going to enjoy that torment later on down the track.
Some of us don't have the money to enjoy things for ourselves.
Oh my God.
That cut out, which was perfect.
I got the game for free
Oh,
I didn't pay for it.
how'd you get it for free?
Because on PlayStation Plus, you get it for free. So
Oh,
I have the premium PlayStation Plus, and you get
was it the free game for the month?
Yeah, no, we get a huge catalog of games. Like depending on what tier of PlayStation Plus you are. Emily bought me for Father's Day the deluxe PlayStation Plus for the year. It was like $100 or so for the year.
Yeah, I knew it had changed because I haven't played on my PlayStation like forever and a day, but yeah.
Yeah, so you can have the normal one where you get the 3 games per month and, all that sort of stuff. Or you can go for the next up one where you get a small selection of games that you can play for and it changes every so often. And then you can go for the deluxe where it also has an older catalog of games such as PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1 games.
Oh, that's cool.
As well as the more recent PlayStation 4 and 5, which is great. But when Stray first came out, I was considering buying it, but then I went to go look at it, and it's like, would you like to download this? I'm like, yes, sure. And it's just like, yeah, you get it for free because you're PlayStation Plus Deluxe. I'm like, holy shit, yes. And I still haven't finished it, even with getting it for free, because I've been too distracted with school. Cry.
So my other question is, because we're coming into we are in the second half of the year and coming into this is the end of the year, like always at the start of the year and the end of the year.
Wait, the second half of the year, we're in the end of August.
No, but like I'm talking like the tail end of the year where the start of the say January to March is when it's busy with games, and then there's usually a bit of a lull in between. Don't get me wrong, we still get games between then, and then we get the end of the year, which is also just manic with games. What games are you looking forward to coming out later this year?
I don't know of many.
Well, one that you should be excited about, Wolfo, is the DLC for Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
It's coming out in October.
DLC.
There's DLC.
Is it going to be free though? Because
I don't know.
I can't play it.
I actually
Alex,
don't know.
You'll have your maintenance loans.
That's not enough to cover my rent, Kate.
What the fuck?
That's a whole other kettle of fish to
talk
about at a different time.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's free or not. I can't remember. But yeah, so Resident Evil's getting DLC, which is an expanded post-game story that involves Rose and them dealing with their powers they inherited from their father. And then there's also, they're adding to mercenaries that you can play as Lady D, and apparently she can summon the daughters.
You can also throw dresses. So excited.
You can throw dresses?
Alex, no.
Wait, what?
No, I've seen it. There's a clip. I've seen her throw a dresser at a bunch of werewolves.
Oh, a dresser! Oh, well, that's still quite funny. But I thought you meant her dress. I thought you
I was going to say, if you said dress, Alex, I need to know what the fuck you're downloading.
I was going to say what?
I need a copy.
I was going to say what? I mean, I've played modded Resident Evil Village. I don't remember that being a mod on the list.
Those mods probably do exist, though, to be fair.
Oh, absolutely. Because when we were going through...
I had to filter through them. Yes, I'm aware they exist.
There is way, way too many of those in there. And then you can play as Heisenberg as well, which is going to be really cool. So you get to smash things with a hammer and be all, funky and stuff. The other thing that's obviously come to mind is Scarlet and Violet. That's coming out in November.
Yes, I am looking forward to that.
So that's going to be fun.
The only thing I know.
The one I was looking forward to was the new Harry Potter game, but that got pushed to next year.
Again.
Yeah. Splatoon.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Splatoon games, so.
I'm trying to think what else is coming out later this year.
I mean, the new Tales of Borderlands is coming out in October.
Me being the gaming nerd that I am, I have a few answers to this.
Lightfall. Lightfall's not coming out until next year, though, Pedal. That's the new Destiny expansion that's coming out next year, and holy crap! Once again, that like cyberpunk, like neon futuristic kind of vibe going on there. Wait, December 6th.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's coming out this year. I thought it was coming out in January.
No, this year.
Oh Lord.
In October, it's going to be a busy month for me.
Oh.
Because of Persona 5 Royal is coming to PlayStation 5. And I loved Persona 5. And it is going to be a thing. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's coming out on October 21st. And then a week later, basically, the new Star Ocean, which is a JRPG, and for those who
I think I've heard of
my
that.
gaming style, Star Ocean: The Divine Force is their most recent title, and that's coming out on October 27th. And also on October 21st, for same day as Persona 5 Royal that's coming out, is the new Tales from the Borderlands coming out.
Yes.
And Gotham Knights are coming out.
Oh
God.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
So all three of those games are going to be fantastic, and my bank account is going to be sad.
There's another game. I thought it was coming out in October, but now it's only getting a closed beta in October. And that, which is something I'm hoping to play with Caden, Larissa, and Corey, and that's the Outlast Trials. Which is a multiplayer game set in the world of Outlast, more specifically Outlast 1, which terrifies me because Outlast 2 was weird. Outlast 1 was scary.
Oh, and also in September, something that I'm excited for, that I don't know if anybody else will be, but the remaster of The Last of Us is coming out on September 2nd. So expect to see a lot of people making content on The Last of Us Part 1.
Yes.
Because that is definitely a fan favorite, and they're just remaking, well, not remaking, but remastering it so it looks, shiny and new and all that lovely stuff. I am going to say something that will probably get me lynched, but I have not finished The Last of Us Part 2 yet.
Oh no, you're fine. I haven't even played it. I've watched people play Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah. I got about 3/4 of the way through the game, and then went, I can't be bothered.
There is a point in that game that
I don't think I've seen it.
Well, some people hit a point in that game where it's like, it's not that it's a bad game, but it takes a dramatic shift in the middle there, and it changes the dynamic of the game very much so.
Yeah, I basically got to a certain point and went, I can't be bothered playing this. I'm just going to watch somebody play it. And that's what I did. I watched it. I enjoyed the story. I liked it. I thought it was good, which is a hot take for a lot of people because a lot of people hated it. But I was like, yeah, I enjoyed it. This was a good time. And obviously, I was just like, I don't think I'm going to ever finish it. And I'm definitely not going to fight it.
The shift, because the person I'm thinking of that I watched play it was Caden. Caden hit a point where they were not... It took them a bit to get to the point where they were comfortable to keep playing because of the situation that happened sort of in mid-game.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they really hit a wall where they didn't... But they've played it now and they absolutely love the game. But it did hit a point where... And a lot of people hit that same point. And like Pedal said in the chat, it's one of those situations where afterwards you understand why it happened.
Yeah.
But at the time it's like, oh god. It's very jarring. Very jarring.
What's happening? Because I didn't actually watch it.
Well, I haven't said anything because there are some people who probably still haven't played it. Because it's one of those games that I feel that as much as it's been out for a while, it's one of those games that people put on their list to play, and once they play it, they don't want it. They don't want it spoiled until they play it. It's one of those really hard ones. Like, you want to sit down and play it within a span of time. There's a lot of games that I play where if I don't play it all within a short amount of time, I won't go back to it, and I feel like that would be one of them.
And going on to the games that are coming out this year, there are games that have been announced to be coming out this year that just have not been dated of when they're coming out, such as Slime Rancher 2.
Oh, I'm
And
hoping that's
it's
got
just like,
multiplayer.
I cannot wait for that one.
It's literally just like, that's going to be good, but we don't know when it's coming out at all.
I want it to be multiplayer, like Stardew, but with slimes.
When Slime Rancher 2 comes out, I will be offline for a week. You may see me in voice chats. I will be playing that for a week solid, and I will see you never.
So I get a break? Oh, this is fantastic! I'm kidding.
Slime Rancher, I'm hoping, is getting, because they haven't confirmed a proper multiplayer for that. There's rumors. There's heavy rumors about it.
Yeah.
But...
And also for our friend Lani, I know there is a game coming out that she will be very, very excited for, which is Final Fantasy VII Reunion Crisis Core.
Oh, God.
Because it's the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. It's a fantastic game. I played it when it was out on the PS Vita. It was great, or PSP, I think it was. I think it was before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it was a great game, fantastic, and I know that she's excited for it because she literally named her cat after the main character, Zach.
So, is that why the cat's name is Zach?
Yeah, the cat's name is Zach because of the main character and Final Fantasy VII revolves around Cloud. Well, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is Zach, and Zach is basically Cloud's mentor and teacher.
Right.
So yeah.
So yeah, that's another whole like series that I just can't get my head around is Final Fantasy. I just can't.
Yeah.
There's so much going on there. It's just like, it's full on. There's so much going on there. I have enough trouble keeping up with Destiny 2 stuff. You know, that's got so much lore and things to keep up with at this point. So, yeah.
The only reason I can keep up with Final Fantasy is because each game is like separate.
Yeah.
Is Crisis Core where the weapons are involved? Maybe.
I'm going to say yes, just because I can, you know, and even if it doesn't, it will now because I've said it. So, you know, there you go.
Just like that moment of, yeah, sure, why not?
Sure, why not? If you want it to, sure, why not?
All I know of Final Fantasy is I'm Catgirl, will heal, and bonk.
See, all I know.
It.
Here's the thing: I know what a Moogle is, and I know what a Lalafell is, and that they're little potato people, and that like, and I know Mother Manum. That's it. So you know that's my experience in. And so no, I know what my class was when I had to play. I was a Rogadin. Is a Rogadin? Roga.
Once again, Bees is having a stroke.
Roga. I see. I got it right. There you go, Rogadin. See, I remember shit. So, yeah, but well, that time has flown by. It's already over an hour. Holy crap. Big muscular guy. It was so funny because I was in the wedding party. Going back to that, I was in the wedding party, and everyone else was Lalafels. And I'm this big, burly... I've got to find a screenshot at some point. I know they've got them somewhere, and it's literally all these Lalafels, and then, like, this big, like...
I would like to state, I decided to double-check Slime Rancher 2. Planned release September 22nd.
Ooh.
So it's actually less than a month away.
Once it's out, you will not hear from me until October.
Does it say on there if it's multiplayer yet?
All it says is the planned release date because I'm just in the Steam store.
Okay. So it's planned release. It's weird that it's a planned release date, but it's not. And it's so close, but yet it's not actually confirmed.
Yeah, but with games these days, that's probably the safest way of doing it.
Pretty
Planned
much.
release date. this is when we're planning on it happening, but we are. I'm sorry. So I'm looking through a list of games coming out, and there's one called I Am Jesus Christ, and I'm like,
Do a
my
double take
God.
there real quick.
That's going to be your next platinum. I am Jesus
I can't.
Christ.
It's only on PC.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna leave that one be. But yeah, no, I feel like that's like stepping on glass.
Yeah, you know that line I was talking about at the start of this thing? That's that dangerous line that we were talking about. All right, well, that's probably not a bad point to wrap things up on. That time flew by, but it was a lot of fun talking about just random shit, as always. You can find all their details in the description below for the ones that actually stream and stuff. That's not slinging shit at Kate, and that's also not slinging shit at Wolfo, who streams on occasion.
I stream when I feel like it.
To be fair, I've been tempted to stream it also.
I've also been streaming recently.
I know.
Has it been Borderlands?
Yes, you're
yes, it
addicted.
has. But
You've just been using it to fuel your addiction.
It was the same when Village came out. That's all you streamed was like, I want to play Village, so I'm going to stream. So,
yeah, I stream games that I enjoy.
And I don't. Well, I do sometimes because people do stupid things that make me play games that I won't play, but I play them anyway.
That's why I don't stream Dead by Daylight anymore. I don't enjoy the game anymore.
That's a mood.
This is why I cannot stream.
That's a mood. So yeah. Anyway, so Chris does stream though. Chris streams quite often. Probably more so. Will be streaming more so now that they've actually moved house because it's one less thing on their list.
Yeah, so basically I stream pretty much every day unless I'm working a double shift.
Yeah.
So if I've got school and work on the same day, I generally do a 16-hour day. I'm not streaming then.
No.
Other than that, I stream every day.
Papa, if you have a reason for me to stream more Borderlands, please give it to me. I need more reason.
Okay, on that note, let's
lock your computer away and make you eat and drink instead of playing the game. Jesus Christ above.
let's move on so that we can stop Wolfo's addiction. Pedal's encouraging it, but yes. Anyway,
to you.
Oh, good lord.
I mean, there's one person in the game I'm specifically addicted to, but that's the point.
Oh lord. Is it someone like Lady D?
They are a bartender in space.
Oh god.
Oh
Moxie.
no.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Moxie.
Moxie.
I haven't even played Borderlands, and I knew exactly who you were talking about.
I mean, she's a bartender in space in the third one, but like, it's still.
So yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. It's been fun. And yeah, I guess I will see all of these wonderful people around the place, and anyone who's been watching or listening. If you have missed some of this, you can watch the entire VOD on YouTube. Also, it is available in an audio format every month on most platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. But yeah, and let us know what you want to see on the or who you want to see on the podcast, so I can perhaps arrange some things. But until the next podcast or the next video, I will see you then, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your August, and I'll see you in September for that episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.